He was America's oldest teenager. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be learning more about the life and career of Dick Clark.
Oh my, he's become a spokesman for the great wholesome majority of American teenagers. Tonight, Dick, this is your life.
Richard Wagstaff Clark was born November 30th, 1929, and raised in Mount Vernon, New York. He built on his childhood love of broadcasting in 1945 when he joined a local radio station. That led to a TV job, and he soon began his rise to stardom. With a business degree from Syracuse University, he moved to Pennsylvania in 1952 and got his big break. Clark became the stand-in host on Bandstand, and by 1956 he was the sole face of the program. Clark's hard work paid off when ABC picked up the show for broadcast to the entire nation. On August 5, 1957, American Bandstand debuted and became the soundtrack of a generation.
His name is Jerry Lee Lewis. That's right.
Musical performances by popular artists, fresh-faced teen dancers, and even the Rate a Record segment were audience favorites and bridged the gap between traditional values and rebellious rock and roll. Clark himself developed iconic status and was credited with shaping early television and influencing popular music. This influence came into question during the 1950s when he was involved in the payola scandal. Clark's shares in various music businesses were seen as a conflict of interest because of his impact on music trends. Before charges of wrongdoing were laid during the U.S. Senate investigation, he sold his shares and continued his thriving career on Bandstand and the short-lived Dick Clark Show. Soon, American Bandstand made history by allowing African-American teenagers to appear alongside white dancers. In 1963, the show went from a weekday to a weekly production, where it remained a Saturday afternoon staple until its end in 1989. Bandstand also moved from Philly to Hollywood, where Clark's TV producing career exploded. In 1972, he became the face of New Year's by producing and hosting Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. For decades, Clark counted America down to midnight live from Times Square. Clark then joined the $10,000 Pyramid in March 1973. That game show franchise eventually won Clark 3 Emmy Awards for his work as host. 1973 was a busy year. Clark debuted the American Music Awards as a challenger to the Grammys and Soul Unlimited as a competitor to Soul Train, though that effort was short-lived. Soon, Dick Clark Productions took over the Golden Globe ceremonies. By 1984, he partnered with Ed McMahon to produce and co-host the long-running TV's Bloopers and Practical Jokes. In addition, his production company brought more specials and series to television, which helped Clark become one of the wealthiest men in the biz.
It's a thrill to be introduced by Dick Clark. Look at him. You're incredible looking. You look just fantastic. He's 87 years old. Do you know that?
He was also considered a pioneer in syndicated radio, with his shows playing across the country. Into the 1990s, he added more game shows to his own resume. He was inducted into both the Television and the Rock and Roll Halls of Fame in 1993, and the following year, he received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Daytime Emmys. Clark's accomplishments continued into the new millennium, which he helped kick off from Times Square. In 2001, he tackled co-hosting duties on The Other Half. The next year, he produced American Dreams, about a pair of girls during the American Bandstand era, and sold Dick Clark Productions for $140 million. But Clark's health soon declined. In early 2004, he announced he had type 2 diabetes, and by year's end, he suffered a stroke that left him unable to undertake his New Year's Eve duties for the first time since 1972. He returned to TV on December 31st, 2005, with Ryan Seacrest as co-host and co-producer. Though his deteriorating health was obvious, his appearance was widely considered inspirational. The television industry soon bestowed numerous awards and honors on this legend. Clark himself continued bringing us into the new year until 2012. However, on April 18th that year, he suffered a massive heart attack and died. His influence was subsequently celebrated by those who admired him. A TV mainstay, a brilliant producer, and a savvy businessman, Dick Clark is remembered as a pop culture institution.
What do you hope will happen not only in 1984, but for the rest of your professional life? What are your dreams? What's left?
To rule the world.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Madonna.
His eternal youth, work ethic, and ability to instinctively understand the public kept him relevant for over 5 decades.
For now, Dick Clark, so long.